Hey there, it's Bridget with Wander and Weave. I hope we can agree on one thing: a balcony view never gets old. Join us as we spend a day exploring both the French and Dutch sides of the beautiful island of Sint Maarten. We started off our day bright and early by grabbing something to eat at the International Cafe aboard the Enchanted Princess. This is a popular onboard eatery for quick bites. It's a great alternative to the dining room or buffet, especially when disembarking the ship early in the morning. Once we disembarked the ship, we walked to the taxi dispatch center, which is located directly behind the shops in port. We were renting a car for the day, and a taxi was the most cost-effective way to get from the port to the rental car agency. For anyone renting a vehicle from the airport, it's important to know that the rental car agencies are located adjacent to the airport. Know the address of your rental car agency before you disembark and request a ride from the taxi driver to the rental car agency as opposed to the airport. Now, let me be frank. We had one of the worst customer service experiences on our taxi ride. The taxi driver went on and on about how we weren't very smart for renting a car and exploring on our own. We're pretty well traveled and have rented cars in foreign countries, so this isn't out of the ordinary for us, but the experience sure was. Over the 20 to 25 minute drive, I had to show real restraint in not reminding her that she was also working for a tip. However, once we made it to the rental car company, we were greeted by this lovely young woman and her big, bright smile. Given the limited time we had in port, we headed to the furthest destination, over to Orient Beach on the French side of the island. This was the furthest destination and allowed us to backtrack and see other places that interested us as we made our way back to the rental car agency and then, of course, the ship. Once we got to Orient Beach, we sure were disappointed that we didn't plan to spend more time here. The beach was beautiful, and there were lots of equipment rental options in the area, as well as quaint restaurants. It was easy to see why this is such a popular area. You could spend most, if not all, of your vacation here. For us, this is a place we'd return to in the future. After leaving Orient Beach, we headed to Grand Case, which is the main restaurant area on the French side of the island. Think more authentic and less like a beach club vibe. It's a mile-long street with restaurant after restaurant, making this an area that some refer to as the culinary capital of the Caribbean. You can find anything from white tablecloth dining to laid-back Caribbean joints. If someone tells you to visit the restaurant street on the French side of the island, they're definitely referring to Grand Case. If you're going to visit and you need to look it up, search for Grand Case. I'm sure my pronunciation of it still isn't correct, but I tried to get close. Next, we headed to Friars Bay to check out the second of 3 beaches we wanted to visit on this trip. And let me tell you, the road getting back to this beach was pretty rough in some areas. It's a popular place, but we found parking with a little bit of patience. We decided to order a few drinks at the 978 Beach Lounge and relax under the thatched roof umbrellas to cool off a bit. The service was good. In fact, I believe the owner was personally serving us, and I'm sure I embarrassed my husband when I asked if I could take a picture of him. I wasn't flirting. I was just amazed by how brilliantly blue his eyes were. He seemed to know everyone by name, which led me to believe that this place attracts locals or seasonal homeowners. The restaurant had a full menu of things to eat, celebrating both the Dutch and French cultures of the island, and I even saw one group of ladies ordering bottles of champagne and sipping it on the beach. Now that's what I call fancy. After leaving Friars Bay, we spent some time visiting Fort Louis. This fort was built in 1789 under the rule of King Louis XVI and provided protection for the vital trade route that took place in the harbor below. You can gaze at the breathtaking views and walk amongst the remaining stone walls and cannons still in place today. We didn't capture the walk up to the fort, but we did capture it going back down to the parking lot after realizing it's probably good information for anyone visiting that may have some concerns related to mobility. After leaving, we headed to the last of our destinations, and this place draws a crowd, the infamous Maho Beach, sometimes better known as Airplane Beach. This was a bucket list item to check off for sure. Not sure why we'd want to stand below incoming jumbo jets or feel the engine wash of a plane taking off, but it was a must-do for us and quite the adventure. After returning our rental car and having a more pleasant taxi ride back to the port, we boarded the ship for our next destination and enjoyed a beautiful sunset as we left port. I hope our day in Sint Maarten gives you some ideas of where to spend time should you visit the island in the future. I hope you enjoyed adventuring with us, and if you did, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of your support.